This week's or month's newsletter is concerning ourselves to a large degree with inflammation. Inflammation is killing people in this country. Increased inflammation, chronic inflammation. The inflammatory response is physiology that actually, under normal circumstances, is productive for our bodies. That's how we fight an infection, or if you have a sprain or a strain, your body activates defense mechanisms that will heal, that promote healing in the area. But if inflammation becomes chronic, whether through chronic physical structural abuse, chronically being out of balance, subluxated, chronically eating foods that inflame the system, like grains especially, because they contain a large amount of omega-6 and 9s, this chronic inflammation is a harbinger for chronic disease. Let's face it, folks, cholesterol is not the issue. What's happening is it's inflammation. And inflammation creates roughness inside the linings of arteries. And the body's innate wisdom, or adaptive physiology at that point, lays down cholesterol, which is a fat that our brains and hormonal system relies on. It lays down this cholesterol to smooth out the roughness so that the blood can flow and unmitigated through the arteries. So it's really important that we keep chronic inflammation low. So it's a harbinger for chronic disease. Inflammation takes many forms. Some of it is very silent. Some you might not even know it's happening. But we find in our patients that they're in a more biochemically pro-inflammatory state. We try to suggest to people that there are two components to inflammation. From a subluxation standpoint, the vertebrae out of alignment, irritating the nerve, interfering with the flow of life force, it causes an inflammatory response. But if you're eating a diet that makes you biochemically more prone to inflammation, like a diet high in grains, which contains a lot of omega-6 and 9s, and low in omega-3s, which you get in a fish oil supplement or eating wild-caught fish, you get a disproportionate amount of pain. Many people are in more pain than they should be simply because their biochemical environment is pro-inflammatory. The way you affect that is through your nutrition. Okay? You got to take more omega-3s in, eat less omega-6 and 9s, offset that imbalance. In America, the standard American diet, based on the grain-based food pyramid, we have a 25-to-1 ratio of omega-6 and 9s to omega-3s. So there's a way more of a predisposition towards inflammation than there is anti-inflammation. So even if you don't stop eating grains, start taking more omega-3s to try to offset this. Better yet, delete grains from your diet. It's just one of the reasons, inflammation. There's others that make grains anti-nutritional for us. So I know it sounds crazy, but believe it or not, a lot of it has to do with government subsidy. So that's why the grain-based diet is pushed. And ethanol, by the way, as well. Hate to get political, but it all ties in. Your well-being depends upon it. Lower your inflammation, take more omega-3s, eat less grains, get adjusted to open up those nerve channels, and you'll have a way better life, way more free of chronic disease. And that's what it's all about. Your lifestyle determines everything. Have a great day.